A former governor of Enugu State, Okwusileze Nwodo, has faulted leaders of the All Progressives Congress in the Southeast who are supporting President Bola Tinubu's second-term bid, describing their actions as self-serving and not necessarily people-oriented. Well, speaking on the Arise News morning show, Nwodo reviewed the region's political trajectory over the years and argued that recent endorsements of President Tinubu by some regional leaders does not reflect the collective interest of the people, stressing that voters in the Southeast will make their choices based on conscience and regional priorities and not elite endorsements.
Unfortunately, since APC was formed, in the Southeast, it has never taken root. It has been seen as the government or the party that singles out the Southeast for oppression. 8 years of Buhari was quite difficult for our people. And the 2.5 years of Tinubu is even more difficult for our people. So naturally, they don't gravitate towards APC. Our leaders may go there for reasons best known to them, but I can tell you they're not speaking for the general public. It is a matter for all of us, both to put pressure on the National Assembly to make sure that the electoral reforms that will come out in the new bill meet our expectations, and that in the implementation, we will all open our eyes and defend our votes according to the Constitution and the electoral laws. We in the African Democratic Congress, we want to engage the current president of Nigeria and his party on issues, on their policies, on the efficacy of their execution of their policies and promises to the Nigerian people, and put this side by side with the candidates that we are supporting, former governor of Anambra State, IPOB, and the solutions he's putting on the table for Nigerians to make a choice.
Former Governor of Enugu State, Okwusileze Nwodo, speaking there on our flagship program, The Morning Show. Well, joining us now in the studio is Dr. Ijeomah Arodiogbo. He is the National Vice Chairman of the All Progressives Congress Southeast. He joins us to take a look at the endorsement that happened over the weekend that has gained reactions and perhaps tractions in some quarters. Thank you for being here on the news tonight.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, let's begin with your reaction to the former governor of Enugu State, because he's not alone in his perception. There are many who have reacted to the Saturday event, endorsement of President Bola Tinubu by the APC, and they say you simply cannot speak for the entire Southeast region. And the APC, historically, data has shown, has refused and cannot take root in the region. How do you respond to people like that?
Well, it will please me, with all due respect, to bring our elder, Nwodo, former governor, up to speed. The first thing is that he should understand the basis of what happened on the 10th of this month, on Saturday. Our party, our people, Ndi Igbo, have this culture that during the end of the year, and it falls during the period of Christmas break, the Igbos hold family meetings. Various families interrogate the affairs of members of the family. They interrogate the future and past of the family, okay? And they hold meeting and decide on the best way, the best course to chart for the family. And in this case, Ndi Igbo have met all through the Christmas period. There was a lot of consultation. We consulted with the trade unions. We consulted with the traditional rulers. And the Igbo people, after all those consultations, decided to make the opinion clear and known to the world. the decision of Ndi Igbo to support President Bola Tinubu for his second tenure. That was simply what happened. And bringing Actualization to speed, what happened in 2023 was a fluke. And in every democracy, there is something they call mid-term elections. The mid-term election is like an assessment of the candidates. Peter Obi was said to be popular in the 2023 election because he hoodwinked our youth. They intimidated us. The election was funny. And in Anambra State, a couple of elections held in the recent history last year. His senatorial zone, the Anambra South senatorial zone, there was a Senate election. The Anambra State itself, there was a governorship election. In 2023, you can bear with me that a lot of people won election just because they were with Peter Obi in his party. But in the recent election last year, it was like a referendum. Peter Obi could not deliver his candidate in the Senate election. He could not deliver his candidate in the governorship election. It shows that the people have left him. If his senatorial zone can abandon him, and his state can abandon him, he has lost the people. That popularity is no longer there.
Well,
that is the truth.
If I may come in, you're making this about Peter Obi, but I mean, if I could just stay on that, I mean, when you look at the figures in terms of the votes that Peter Obi got in the Southeast, 88%. Tinubu got 8%, while Atiku got 6% in that 2023 election, though you describe it as a fluke. But you had Actualization there say, look, these are just self-serving elite of the Southeast who are trying to, force down the idea of Bola Tinubu on the Southeast. But what exactly are the compelling reasons for why you and those who are selling Bola Tinubu to the Southeast, what are the compelling reasons you're putting forward to Ndi Igbo to buy into this idea?
We've made it
they'll say, what has Tinubu done for the Southeast?
We've assessed the welfare of our people. And like I said, it's a cultural thing for us to assess the family. How far has the family fared? And we've assessed it, and we have seen that our lot is better.
In what
with
areas?
Bola Tinubu's administration.
In what specific
In
areas?
so many areas. My people are business people. My people are hardworking people. My people are smart people. They need an enabling environment, which this administration has provided. In the sense of commerce and manufacturing, where we are mostly known. I have a friend that manufactures pharmaceutical products, and he was telling me that the type of encouragement he has received from this administration, he didn't know that it is possible. And someone else that is in agriculture told me the same thing, that the type of encouragement that they are getting in the area of agriculture, they've not seen it before. And we all went home this Christmas. The former incident that was promoted by those people that are trying to demarket our party did not happen this year. There was security. People went home, people moved around. And that is what our people want. See, it is very instructive to note that the meeting we held was not just called for by leaders of APC. It was in consultation with all the leading traditional rulers, with all the leading trade unions. That because the meeting was already tagged APC, they could not be there. But they were in the crowd. It was clear that we spoke the mind of our people. And you cannot say that because one man said he's displaced in the equation of things. Because, I mean, what I'm seeing of these people moving around from ABGA to Labour Party to PDP to Labour Party to now ADC that has not really metamorphosed to anything tangible, is that they don't have anywhere to land.
Okay, but
and I told you the incidence of what just happened in Anambra State is a referendum that the people have left Peter Obi.
But you are a politician yourself.
I am.
You do agree that political landscape does shift For instance, a lot has happened in the Southeast since the last presidential election in the Southeast. You have more APC governors. So you can also say the same for Peter Obi on the flip side, because you seem to be judging him based on off-cycle elections and off-season elections, senatorial elections, but he was the candidate for a presidential race. If you're going to judge him based on that, I don't think you have the facts and the basis to say the people are no longer with him, because for the first time on the ticket, he did poll the numbers. And we have seen candidates over the years, when it comes to the Southeast region, the APC does just not cut that number for the presidential race. And that's the argument people are putting forward, that for the presidency, which is the instance you are making here for President Bola Tinubu's re-election campaign bid, that the Southeast will be with him. But they are saying, historically, the data does not support what you're clamoring for, that the Southeast will not vote the presidency come 2027. That's the argument. So what is shifting? What is driving your optimism for President Bola Tinubu's re-election by the Southeast?
People are more realistic now. And we know that the administration has been favorable to us despite our poor support for him. It was a big oversight in the 2023 election that we did not educate our people early enough. And now we are doing so. But for the fortune, yes, the example I gave is very clear. Why the off-season election in any climb is used to assess the performance or the popularity of a candidate. The off-season election is where the satellite beams on every structure, on every activity. And the off-season election in Anambra State is a clear indication, because if any candidate, whether I go home in any election or not, my word is mine, I will win. But if a presidential candidate went home for a election in his own senatorial zone, and he even lost his ward, and he went home for the election, governorship election in his own state, and he's lost his state, and you're telling me he's still popular? No, he's not.
Well, even though he wasn't on the ballot.
He doesn't need to be on the ballot. He campaigned for those candidates. And the candidate of ADC, after 3 weeks of losing woefully, joined us in APC.
Very quickly.
Because he was so disappointed with the character of Peter Obi.
Were there any commitments secured ahead of this endorsement of President Tinubu? Were there promises made? What exactly do you think will change if Igbo, the Southeast, actually go out of their way to vote for Bola Tinubu?
The promises are there, and the promises are simply that our laws will be bettered. We like what he's doing.
In what sense?
Will there
be more appointments of Southeast? Because right now there is the general perception that as far as there's underrepresentation of the Southeast, exclusion from key infrastructure projects like the Lagos-Calabar, expressway,
Coastal
the
highway.
Sokoto, highway, the coastal highway, thank you, Sokoto, Badagry, etc. That the Southeast is totally left out.
No, that is not true. That's not true. One of the new roads that are super highways that are being built is going from Ebonyi State all the way to Nasarawa to Abuja, through all the way to Kogi, Nasarawa to Abuja, and a lot of connecting roads are being built in the Southeast. A whole lot of projects. So anybody coming to tell you that we are not seeing dividends, you talked about representation in the. We didn't give him vote. Yes, you just noted that here now, and he's still very magnanimous in giving us key position. We have never had the position of the Minister of Labor in Nigeria before, and he gave it to us. That's a super ministry, and he gave us science and tech with 17 or 18 parastatals. So anybody telling you about poor representation of Igbo is just being funny.
You were talking about promises. What are those promises? What's
the promises is that his administration will give us more friendly business environment. He's not going to promise us money, but what we did as a people is that we assessed the welfare of the family and we said our lot is better here.
Dr. Ijeomah is the National Vice Chairman, APC Southeast. Thank you for joining us on Newsnight tonight.
Thank you.
Let me tell you, if you know sabi lie, you no go fit join this particular political party. Look at, they are just asking you simple question. The man is finding it difficult to answer because nothing to present to the public. The man is just trying to bring Peter Obi in. They are asking you about the Igbo people, but the man is just trying to bring Peter Obi, everything Peter Obi, everything Peter Obi. Peter Obi na a headache for this country. Even I know they do anything right, is for you to just admit, oh, please, we are going to do this. You find it difficult to explain what Tinubu they do for na people. These are the kind of people that will go and be clapping for people just to for the president. Hey, give us something, and that is all. And you think the Igbo people will continue to be slave? What is going on? You people are not strong in the southeast. If to say vote they can't for this country, let me tell you, some people don't even get time. They're not supposed to even get seats or open mouth for this, all these places where they did. Please make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share to all social media platforms. All the Igbo, please, Mona, watch this video. Share and subscribe. May God bless you.